Welcome back to Johnny Reads. As you can see, today's video topic is going to be a mini book haul that I recently got from my trip to Half Price Books. Now I say mini because typically when I do a book haul video, I want it to be at least 5 books or more. And this one, it's only going to be 4 books, so that's why I'm calling it a mini. And also, if you go back to my January video, I did a January book haul and I said that was going to be maybe the last one of the year. Obviously not, because here we are only 3 months later, and here's another one. And let me just say, when it comes to these books that I got for this particular video, when I went to Half Price, I always have a plan. Like, I always know exactly if I'm going for 1 book, going for 2, I'm going for 10, it doesn't matter, but I always have a plan. This was one of those very rare times that I went with no plan at all, but I knew I was going to leave with something, because that was the plan. So let's go ahead and get into the books. So the first one that I have is Catch Me If You Can by Frank Abagnale. Had zero idea that this was an actual book. No idea. I've seen the movie probably, it has to be probably a few dozen times at this point because it's pretty old, and literally had no idea this was a book, even though most of those adaptations they're going to say based on the book by blah 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 blah. But I had no idea this was a book. I just happened to be in like the true crime section, and I literally was just looking at some of the titles. I was looking for one in particular, I didn't have it, and I was kind of just browsing, just scanning, and I happened to see this book, the very top, far left because of the last name, and I was like, why not? The next one is Just Mercy by Bryan Stevenson. I actually wanted to read this book, or to buy this book, since I saw the movie last year with Michael B. Jordan. Now, it's kind of a hard one to come by. Now, I think if I went to like Walmart or if I went to Barnes & Noble, it's going to pretty much always be in stock there. But at Half Price, you're going entirely off of what customers are bringing in. And so, this was the first one that I've actually found it in person. And so, went ahead and grabbed it, even though this was not on my list or even really on my radar for this particular trip. The next one is Divergent by Veronica Roth. Not really interested in this book, but because Half Price always gets these like crazy, it was only $2, so I was like, why not? And a friend of mine who I work with, Shixie, told me that she thought I might like it just based on some of the books that we had been discussing. And so I figured the worst case is I spend $2 and I never read it. Best case is I read it, I like it, and then I have a new series to read. The fourth and final book for this mini haul, as I mentioned, it's going to be The Lost Hero by Rick Riordan. And I wanted to get this book since I finished the Percy Jackson series last year. I read 4 of the 5 books in the Percy Jackson series last year and really thought that Rick Riordan was just coming into his own almost as he was writing the series. I felt like the books just kept getting better and better after the first one was kind of And so after that, when I finished the series, I actually thought that Percy Jackson, that was it. Like there was going to be nothing more of Percy Jackson and Annabeth. I thought they were done. But that's what the internet's for. So I realized that, oh look, they're actually featured in another series that features some other new characters that are not in the original Percy Jackson series. So even though it's a little bit lengthy, like I'm not a big fan of super bricks that's what I call them. Whenever books are like 500-600 pages, but we'll see. I don't know when I will get to it, but I will definitely get to it because this is probably one of the books that I'm pretty excited to be reading, going forward. That's all I have today, just those 4 books that I got on my recent trip to Half Price. And again, it's supposed to be, I was supposed to not be buying too many more books because I still have quite a few even after last year's record-breaking year of my reading. But here we are in April, and I probably purchased about 15 to 20 books, new books this year. But have you got any new books recently? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you next time.